my seed capital so that I can now be afloat. So that's trial. When you make investments and you lose investments, that's a serious trial. Yes, sir. Facing opposition, that's vague. What kind of opposition? Okay, okay. That's that's not a serious trial. That's normal if you are dealing with unbelievers. You don't go, sir. When you lose a job, yeah, things like that. I was even hoping someone will say, Mokwa, the flood that happened. That's a serious trial. One day you have a house, the next moment you are homeless. Now it's IDP camps they are setting up for them. Now they have become charity cases. One moment you are doing well, you have a family, you have everything. The next moment you don't have a job, you don't have food. Some of your loved ones are dead. You are now living from hand to mouth. You are now a charity case. You are now living in IDPs. They say this is your place. You are using public, facility with every other person. That's a trial. If you are a believer in that kind of situation, there's hardly no way you will not say, God, why? What happened? Do you understand that? That's a trial, a major trial. If your family member is traveling and you hear that kidnappers have taken the person, that's a serious trial. Before they even begin to make demands, you know that there's trouble. When someone is ill and he's not getting better, you are spending everything. There are people who actually get ill like that, and the family will expend everything. They will sell things just so that the person will be better, and it's not getting better. That's trial. Right? When you have been applying for a job and you are not getting, that's trial. When you seek the face of God over 3 sisters consecutively. The first sister, you are sure that God is here. Then she says to you that no, God is not here. Then you move on. Then you say, now I know. This is where God really is. And the person tells you, no, God is not here. That's trial. After a while, you begin to doubt you're hearing God. God, did you really send me? By the time you are getting indications in your heart for the next person, your heart will be doubting. Because God, I thought you were the one in the first and in the second. Right? That's trial. When you marry and you are trusting for a child, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, that's trial, isn't it? Yeah, it's trial. In fact, even parents, they are pressures, although these are mild trials. When a child is not responding early, child is not walking, or the child is not talking, the child is not doing what other people do, it's trial. People get worried, they get troubled, right? So these are some trials. Now, James says that when you face trials of many kinds. So what was James saying, really? What was he saying, really? Was he saying that please pay attention here. Was he saying that the trial itself is something to be joyful about? No, I don't think that's what he was saying. Because if you lose a loved one, it's not something to be excited about. When you lose your home and your livelihood and your job, it's not something to be excited about. I think what he was saying is that it is because God trusts you and he has supplied enough grace and he knows, remember Job, that you should realize that it's trust and God is about to do something good. That if Satan is hard on you, it means that there's something you are doing right. Right? Because Satan doesn't really deal with his guys. life is easy for his guys, so he just lets them just have their way. It's the guys of God that he wants to, you know, troubled on every side, hard pressed. Anywhere you go, they are hitting you. What people are going through, or people are scaling out of easily, you come, your own is trouble, and you are wondering, why is my own different? You are teaching people, you are conducting tutorial for other pupils, other students, and then you are the one who is failing. Then the people you taught that were thanking you and saying, if you didn't teach me this thing, I didn't know Jack. The people are making C and B in the course. Then you who taught them, you are seeing F9. That's crazy. But what else does he say? He says, but you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. That means that trial, there is what it produces. And that thing that it produces is a good thing. It's a virtue. I told you that it's character that I was looking for. When I was studying James, I was just opposing Pastor Sambo between anointing and character. How that, many times our attention is anointing. And many times we get anointing over and above character. I've seen many anointed people who have been destroyed. But if you find a man of character, longevity, they go far in life. A man of character, a man who relates with his neighbors, and everywhere the person has good. You don't want to know, for example, some Christian gym that call themselves anointed, new creation reality. You don't want to hear what their neighbors say about them. The malam that sells, provision in the neighborhood. You don't want to sit and hear them discuss that person, that new creation. You don't want to. Jesus said, who do men say that I am? You don't want to hear what men say about some of the anointed and new creation reality people. The problem is character. Some of them are prideful. They don't greet. If you even greet them, they don't answer properly. They're arrogant. Some of them are vengeful. They can't forgive. They can't let go. Some of them, they are hot